Today, gentlemen, I've been honored to coach you. More honored to take you to the field of battle. But there's another honor that's been bestowed upon you. And that is the mantle that comes with that question. Who am I? I am a champion! That's right.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to another video. We are now going to dive into another passing concept video. I had to dig deep into the records. The last time I did a passing concept video was on the dragging passing concept, and that was in September of 2022. So up to this point, I've gone over levels, smash, dragon, snag, hoss, Salem, Yankee, and the Hank passing concept. And if you're thinking there's a reason why I have them separated, it really is. It's for my preference. I love to run levels and smash against double high, and then everything on the right is against single high. So, you know, looking at this, I'm pretty sure you can tell that I don't struggle against single high at all. There's a lot of different things that I throw at it. I actually hope that my opponent plays single high all game, okay? And we are going to go over the arches passing concept in this video. So someone asked, what was your favorite play with Norv Turner? And Troy Aikman, as we see here, he says 5-2-5 F post. And as we see here, so, you know, basically you're stretching horizontally the interior of the defense. You have a route going inside, and then it's followed by the primary route that, you know, first it kind of opens up outside, it expands to the outside, and then they cut back inside on like a post. Okay, and they're trying to attack the very area that the first inside route cleared out for them. Okay. The primary route really doesn't want any wasted steps in his route, and he wants to cross the face of the defender that is defending him, which is very important. Go check out JT O'Sullivan. He was a journeyman quarterback, played through with a lot of different teams, and he has a unique perspective on the game. He collected a lot of different playbooks from the different teams that he played with. He played for Mike Martz, and he went over this very same play, 5-2-5 F post. And the way Martz taught it was the arches, or the post route, was the primary read. Then the second read was the backside comeback, and the third read was the swing route, which was very interesting. And you can run it from different formations. I mean, the concept is still the same, as you can see here. This is from a trip set. We have our number 3 running inside to clear away the space for our number 2 running a post pattern. Now, traditionally, I think you're really supposed to take like an outside release with the primary route here, but that's neither here nor there. Here is a play from the Cardinals playbook. It's called double ins, and as you can see, the play is in the game, right? Let's take a look at it in action. Remember Mike Martz ran this? Well, he ran it with this stud right here, Marshall Faulk, 5-2-5 F post. We already know who's running the post. And look at it here. Okay, Warner actually went with the drag pattern there. But as you can see, drag runs inside to clear the space. And then you see Marshall Faulk taking that outside kind of release and then cutting back inside into the area that you want that first inside route to clear out. Here's another guy you guys should check out, Alex Byrne. Okay, he's got this drawn up. I mean, you can run it from stack releases. You see how the concept is the same, right? You can run it from different formations, different personnel groupings, right? But take a look at how we get a switch release and we have the same concept being ran here. Now, don't get caught up on names either. We see here that the Eagles, they call it Mario, right? So instead of arches, it's the same concept, but they have a different name for it. So just because you call something levels or hoss doesn't mean somebody else will. Now those are, you know, well-known names, so it pretty much sticks across the league. But, you know, other concepts that are kind of outside of the norm, like arches, other teams may have different names for it, okay? So let's take a look at an example here of a team running it. I believe this is Alex Byrne's Twitter page, and you can see they run it to great success there. Chiefs, Niners, Super Bowl. Chiefs down 10 in the fourth quarter, 6:13 left. They score. Niners are only up 3. So what we're going to do, we're going to call it from a bunch. Yes, this is the formation I love to run arches the most from bunch. So the Niners are going to call this. This is 3rd and 5. We need to get this first down. If we get the first down, we can run out the clock and hopefully win the Super Bowl. And look how we have a inside breaking route, and we have our best player running our arches concept. He's open. Our quarterback's going to throw it to him, and we're going to get a first down. So here it is.
Garoppolo throws, not there. Incomplete.
So I love this concept the most from bunch, and the reason why I do, for a number of different reasons, but the biggest thing is, you know, when you play bunch, you know, guys may try to run match coverage on you, right? And this is a play that I love to run against match, and we'll see why it's pretty decent. So in my last video, I was playing defense against bunch, and I believe my inside safety drove on the first inside route underneath. He wasn't supposed to do that, okay? And someone actually pointed out that match is busted on the left side of the field in Madden right now. I had no idea, right? So when it happened, I thought something was a little bit off, but I really wanted to get to the point of that inside breaking route took a defender, and then the outside receiver also ran inside. Okay, and what that did with the defense was the safety was gone chasing the drag route, irresponsibly though, because of the break of the match coverage. Okay, he broke on that first route, and then that left the outside corner to have to defend the second route going inside as well. The problem is, in that particular instance, the corner is outside leverage of that inside breaking route. So that's one way you can attack match coverage, is where you send 2 routes inside or 2 routes to the outside. The reason why I say that is, if you think about it, with the arches passing concept, our 3 rec is taking the first inside underneath, our second defender in, or our curl flat, takes the first outside underneath. Okay, and then you have your safety taking the first deep inside and your corner taking the first deep outside. Well, we could send, in the arches concept, this player here on an inside drag, and the 3 rec will be forced to take that route because he has to take the first inside underneath. And then we have our post pattern who stems outside first and then breaks to the post. He should be wide open on this because our 3 rec is running with the drag, and the only one left to really defend this inside breaking route underneath is our curl flat, who will be playing with outside leverage. Okay, so that's one way you can attack a in and out type of coverage, or the way cover 4 plays bunch in the game of Madden. We could also send somebody to the flat and then someone running a quick out. There's different plays in the different playbooks that I've seen where I can tell it's designed to be cover 4 match from the bunch. So I went through my playbook to try to find as many plays where I can utilize this concept, and I didn't have that many, but I did find a couple that were pretty cool, one from the strong eye. And what I did was I subbed my HB, my running back, in at the fullback position where we can run this concept, and I made a couple of hot routes to where I have 2 comebacks, a swing, and then we have the arches concept. And we can see, look at how wide open we can get this against 2 men, which is a beautiful thing. So why does it get wide open against 2 men from this formation? Okay, well, look at this safety. There's only 1 threat on the outside here, this wide receiver, and he takes an outside release. So the safety obviously wants to top the route. And on the other side, this safety over here, there's only 2 threats at the LOS at the snap of the ball. And when the tight end goes inside like that, and then this receiver takes an outside release for his comeback pattern as well, we get the same idea going. And now the middle of the field is just wide open for our F to attack with the F post.
Hey, kill! Here we go, 47. 26.
Wouldn't it be nice if we could add to our current formation that I've went over? We've went over levels, divide, quick slants, PA, tight end wheel, wide receiver post. I'm sure you've looked through the plays in there and you notice that there really isn't this follow or arches concept in there. Well, we can create one. Let's take a look. So the play is called slot out. We're in our play, and all we have to do is change our tight end into a drag pattern. And look at how we can create the concept of follow or arches just by changing the route of one player. As long as we have this outside stem release and then cutting back inside, look how he comes in after the drag. Okay, now I've ran this quite a bit and I don't like it from the spread set. I like it from a more condensed split. But remember our wide receiver post. This is the reason why I wanted to show this. Remember, when we run wide receiver post, I like to bring the tight end in for six-man protection, for a variety of different reasons from this play. Well, now we can marry the same look with our arches play, right? So now you can't pin down on the fact that I am running wide receiver post when I bring the tight end in. I could be running wide receiver post. I could be running this play, right? And that's one of the benefits of having a scheme where everything looks the same or similar, but we're running different things, right? If you only motion the tight end in when you're running wide receiver post, then every time you run it, they can prepare to defend wide receiver post, right? So now we have a concept that looks exactly the same, at least off the LOS or pre-snap, but we're running something different, okay? And then we also get the added benefit of us running these routes from a more condensed split so we can kind of get people mucked up in traffic. Now, one thing I want to say with this concept, I believe the outside receivers, you really want them to run outside released type patterns if you can, because if you're against a double high safety defense, you want the safeties to have to spread out and expand in things like two-man or two-zone, okay? So here I'll run it. I believe this is against two-man, and I tend to notice that we get a lot more separation with the condensed split, with the tight end brought in as opposed to him being in his standard location in this particular formation. So I went and ran it, and it's pretty strong against cover 4, two-man, and cover 0. I like it. I don't like it against two-zone in the game of Madden. So theoretically, this is a concept that I like to run against double high, right? I have a lot of concepts I like to run against single high, but not as much against double high. Well, this is one concept I will run against double high. Now, the cover 4 portion of this, the defense is in cover 4 and they are matching. Okay, so I'm not going to go over every position. We'll just go over these two players here. He is the 3 rec. Okay, he's responsible for relating to the 3. Okay, and then this guy is our match 2 out player, right? If number 2, the tight end in this case, were to go outside, then he would have to match that route going to the outside. Okay. Well, if you think about this particular concept, the reason why it's so good against cover 4 is because Juan and I run it, and I like to think the numbering system as being kind of relative throughout the play. And what I mean by that is our tight end, who was the number 2, is now really the number 3, right? If you still count outside in, he is still the 1, but now because these guys intercept, the running back is now the number 2, and the tight end is the number 3. So the jobs of the 3 rec and the match 2 out player really kind of doesn't change, right? The number 3, the 3 rec, is still relating to the number 3. It's just that pre-snap, it was the back, but now post-snap, when they intercept like this, I'm still going to relate to the number 3. So he's going to take that inside breaking route by the tight end. But that's what we want them to do. This is what this follow concept is all about, okay? So he's going to take the number 3 out of there. Now the match 2 out player, he's still relating to the number 2 as well, okay? And he's supposed to take the out of the number 2. Now the problem is, theoretically, he'd be trying to take away the outside. We are stemming as if we are going to the outside, and then we're just going to cut back in on this angle route where we have a lot of space due to the vacating 3 rec player running with the tight end, okay? And I'll go ahead and run it, and you'll see how we can attack cover 4 match with this concept here. Now, against cover 4 match, if it were up to me, I would like our wide receiver on the left side, the number 1, to run a post pattern to hold that safety so he doesn't rob the middle of the field. So this is against cover 4 spot drop zone, and to my surprise, it works even better against this. And again, it's because the 3 receiver hook player actually runs with that drag pattern, okay? But the match 2 out player, he's spot dropping. He's not matching anything. So there's just even more space for the angle route to attack. Now, I don't like it against cover 3 because, as you see here, our inside breaking tight end is running where a hook curl defender would be, and then our angle route would be running right into another hook curl defender because there's 2 hook curl defenders in cover 3. So to me, it's pretty weak against that. It should be nice against single high if there's not a robber in the middle of the field. But to make it easier, how about we just categorize this as something in the single high side as being weak, and I like to run it against double high. So if I see double high and I know it's not 2 zone, I can run this play and be confident that we are going to get a very nice read. Now, does that mean when you call this play and you see single high that you need to check out? No, and that's one of the benefits of this play as well, right? Remember, this is a concept, it's almost like a 2-man concept from this particular play. Granted, we want our outside receivers to run outside releasing type patterns upfield, theoretically. But how about we tag the other side with the 2 receivers? We can tag this with another 2-man concept. So, what can we tag it with? Well, why not tag it with something that's good against single high, right? And now you alter where you are strong with this play. We like it against double high, but if it's single high, we have a concept on the weak side that we can work if we get this particular look, right? So something like curl flat, or how about Hoss, right? Something that attacks single high, or even Salem. Now Salem may not be good because the inside hitch may be in the way of the drag pattern, but I hope you get my drift. This is where you kind of marry concepts from one side and then you have a different concept on the other side, so you have a variable amount of a number of different answers you can utilize for the many different coverages your opponent may present to you.